the story that sticks in my mind the most about this is when the tsunami happened in 2004. I went down. I was in Botswana in the middle of a game reserve when that happened, and I remember getting a call and saying I lost family in that, and my grandmother barely survived, because she lives on the coast and the water was just all over. When I went there, and I'm driving through this, it was like Berlin, right? You know, all the buildings were completely destroyed. I met this woman who begged me to take care of her son. Said that husband was a fisherman. He didn't return. So he was out there when the tsunami happened. They'd never found him. This lady begged me to, she said, the first thing she said was that my boy is very smart. He's very bright, but we don't have any way to support him to go to school. And for some reason, we took down his name, her name and address. And for some reason, I have no idea. But when we decided to go and do this, we found them. And we took care of the kid through scholarships and books. We paid for all of that. And we provided transportation. We managed to get her a house. We built a house for her, despite the fact that she didn't qualify for all of this stuff. Anyway, cut a long story short, 6 years later, I'm in Sri Lanka. This is why you give, okay? This is the reason I'm giving you this story. 6 years later, I'm in Sri Lanka, and I don't like doing these things, but you have to go and you do the sort of auditorium thing, and anyway, I'm sitting there, waiting to get my people to talk about me, which makes me feel uncomfortable. But I'm sitting there talking. I can't remember who I was talking to, but then this kid gets up and starts speaking pretty good English, and he's talking to me, right? He's looking at me and he's talking to me. He says, "You don't remember me." I don't know if I ever told you this story, but I'm not sure I did. You don't remember me, but my mother, you spoke to my mother 6 years ago. This kid is 12 years old, and believe me, he was malnourished and he was tiny. But you helped me go to school, and now I'm in law school. There's nobody from that village that has ever gone to university, okay, let alone law school. And that's it's totally emotional. This is, I get all very emotional about it because it's amazing. And that's the definition of opportunity. If you can create the opportunity, there are people who will jump in there and take advantage of it. So he goes off to law school. Now he's created a whole group of people that will go to law school because he did it. Right? We did the same with girls going to nursing school. All it took was one, and then there's a flood. So it's the belief, right? It's opportunity. It's the belief that it can be done. Our job is to create the opportunity and say, you need to believe me when I tell you that you can do this. Now, I didn't have anything to do with him choosing to go to law school, okay? But somebody told him that he should go.